I, I, I'm gonna have another nervous breakdown because now I'm being told that everything that I have that I've worked for and built on my in my corner, these fucking predators have gotten copyrights on it. It can't be right to be able to uh, copyright someone else's face and logos and stuff and get away with it because he says that he says that he's copyrighted everything of mine and basically huh, I don't know. I don't know. They didn't Squarework Media's world, y'all did not copyright. All y'all did was get some domain names. And if you did he said that Rick and Moses, if y'all copyrighted that just to get me, like to ruin, because the picture I got to make my logo or whatever is in the public domain. I don't know straight shooting. I'm so tired of this filthy animal dude, man. They're gonna, I don't know what they're gonna cause me to do, but I can't take this. I just want to have my own fucking YouTube. And these people are fucking talking about that they. It's real funny that on today they asked what number, somebody asked what number should we call in case you fall asleep. And that's the number that Filthy Animal decides to call me on a while ago. What the fuck's up with that? No, but what if I start getting copyright struck? What if I get sued? That's my logo. I made that. I'll just delete anything that I had that on my logo that I had up and ordered. Now they can't buy anything. I'm obviously not going to be making any money. I may have to end up fucking changing my whole name and redoing my whole logo or whatever, but that's fine. I don't give a shit. You motherfuckers aren't going to do this shit to me. No, I don't have the rights. I haven't gotten anything copyrighted. But if these fuckers have actually spent the money to copyright what I've been using in advance just so I have to use something else or whatever, or so. No, Gene, you don't understand. If somebody copyrights, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I want them to leave me alone. how am I supposed to know if somebody copyrighted something that I started using as my logo and they did it to be a predator? Oh God. Because Storm, my little logo, my YouTube picture, they're saying that they've copyrighted my face and everything, and that should be illegal for them to be able to get a copyright to my face. Here I am trying to make a YouTube channel. And if they do this shit to me, I mean, they're gonna go down in history as the fucking stupidest, meanest pieces of shit, predatory, vile ass motherfuckers ever. I ain't changing my name or changing my picture. I just won't sell anything right now. I ain't trying to make any money anyways. I mean, I'd like to, but I guess I can't. I'm scared to leave the store up because if somebody buys something and then they have the copy, they're just trying to fucking ruin my life. And I can't take it. I can't take it. Why can't I believe what I hear from 50? Everything else he said he's done. The background, the thumbnail picture I use is just a thumbnail of Rick and from Rick and Morty that somebody used. I've not used anything else from anyone else. They're saying that they went ahead. What part do you people not understand that they said that they went ahead and filed for a copyright, like not with YouTube, but at the copyright fucking claim office, wherever it is nearest to them, and they've submitted a picture of my face, apparently, and my YouTube logo and everything, so that they own it. That way they can take me down. Do y'all not understand that? So if y'all did that, like, you can't copyright my fucking face. Sorry, you can't do it. I don't believe it. And if you do, I'll fight you in court to get it reversed. Ain't no fucking way in hell that's right. Especially when I go into court and I show them all the shit that you've been stalking and cyberbullying me and everything else. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that can get overturned. Tired of people fucking with me. I don't care. I'm a 30-year-old man. I'm a 30-year-old man who's had too much shit in his life. I've had too much shit. And I know other people have had probably more shit that I couldn't imagine. I'm worried about my shit. This is bullshit. This is absolute fucking bullshit. Manipulatory, fucking predatory, goddamn scummy ass shit. Get those people out of here. Oh, I don't know. Army asked me make sure to have a phone on in case the mods could get a hold of me. And funny thing, Filthy decides to call that number that I decide to take off Do Not Disturb. And he calls it and he says, we're going to get gonna shit all over you in 2023. He said, because we own the copyrights to all your stuff in your channel, basically, that I'm using. So, in other words, like, and if I made a new logo, new background, and everything, and then they just gonna buy copyrights to that. So, what they're basically saying is that no matter what I do, because I don't have the money right now to copyright something, and I don't think a YouTuber, before they're even fucking applying for monetization, has their images and logo stuff they're using copyrighted. So is that what you're gonna do, Filthy Fusion? All y'all are gonna make the practice, because if that's the case, people ought to go copyright your fucking shit that you don't have copywritten. You better have all your shit copywritten. Uh, why do people want to do this to people? I don't understand it. I'm not evil like this. I just can't understand it. See, they start seeing that I'm not paying attention to their content and I'm doing my own thing. So what do? They go another way. And they start to say they're going to attack me from having a YouTube channel. You know, that's what I meant when I tried telling my granddad and all you people and the cops and everything that they're not going to stop. And I don't have the mental fortitude to be able to fucking stand up against this shit day after day after day. And I'm tired of fucking people telling me I need a break off YouTube, which has been an app I've used daily now for 6-7 years. All because all of a sudden now, within the 6-7 years, people want to start fucking with me on it. I'm so tired of being told I need to quit or leave, take a break from YouTube. I need these people to understand what the fuck phrase "leave me alone" means. Do you understand, Filthy, what "leave me the fuck alone" means? Leave me the fuck alone. Fusion, do you understand? What? Leave me the fuck alone. Do I need to say it in a different accent? Leave me alone. Rick, Moses, MC, any of y'all. I mean, I don't know what language I need to say it in. No, I ain't coming on his pants. Somebody get whoever that Mississippi Queen is out of here. I'm not going on Filthy's panel. Like our country don't negotiate with terrorists. You don't negotiate and engage with people who have done the shit like he's done to me. I am getting my number changed, Freedom Keeper. I know they're just trying to get a reaction. All these people that have said, come on over to Filthy's, I want them blocked. It's a bunch of bullshit. Y'all leave me alone as a YouTuber. That's all Filthy needs to know. And I'll stop talking about him. It's as simple as that. As long as they keep pulling this type of shit, I'm going to keep going on here and documenting it, because it's never going to be able to say that there's no proof of that happening or whatever. Oh no, I got the call. Here, let me show the call just to know that it happened. While I was I was looking at a video of him on Fusions where he called me when I was up north, and I noticed y'all didn't record and show the part where you called my aunt though. Yeah. Because you know damn well you were to do some shit like that, I can't show the call. It happened at 9:45, 15 minutes ago, and it lasted for 1 minute and five seconds. Look, I just want to be left alone as a YouTuber. I've had that logo up as my logo forever. I would never copyright someone else's stuff. No, Kid Natural, they're saying that they got a copyright, like a copyright claim or ownership submission of my face, my YouTube name, my logo, all that. So, me making a video or using any of the stuff I've been using, I could technically, if what he's saying is not a lie and true, then they could like sue, and everything else, and go and hurt me, and if that, they're gonna end up getting their wish. I've got enough mental stress of trying to get through school, so I'll have a life. Because right now, I'm pretty much indigent. I'm not a derelict. I'm indigent in my current situation. And I survived and I helped and I helped my grandpa with all I can. And I don't deserve this shit. Probably a kid as soon as I'll try to make sure that that he's got to call them to do it, and he just hasn't done it. I'll try to make sure that we get it done today. But hell, he's got the technology just to find new numbers. Filthy Animal, I mean, like, he got people that I never gave their numbers. So, I mean, I don't know how much that's going to help protect me, but yeah, we're going to do it. Don't worry. Yeah, stay strong. Stay strong for what? I'm losing all of my creativity with this stress and shit. I'm not able to do any regular content like this. They're getting their wish. They're succeeding. They're winning. And they make me feel like a fucking fool. Get Hayti. Wait, let me get a screenshot of that. Get that channel. Get that channel thing. That's federal right there. That's federal. They're impersonating a police officer right there. Somebody get that channel's ID. You stupid motherfuckers. How do I go to his channel? Somebody send me his channel link. I unhid him. for a second, then had him back. Well, that's great. So you guys impersonated the Hayti police. That's great. That's great. That is great. You know, whichever one of you done one of that, I hope you got some real good stuff. Yeah, that's bullshit. Get that link in chat too, so we can see that they tried to double down. Hayti, Missouri doesn't have a cyber crimes unit, you dumbasses. How much y'all want to bet, though, that even in this crazy instance of impersonation of a police officer by online means, they won't give a fuck? How much y'all want to bet? I bet you a lot. Yes, I do. I bet you, I bet you, I bet you. Get that. That's so disrespectful. Get that out of here. That's the problem with you YouTubers looking at people's health and stuff and trying to judge them. Wade keeps smoking crack. Yeah. You got to be an idiot if you think that dude smokes crack. Just coming in here back to back, one over the other. Yeah. You know, that's all right. See, that's the funny thing about you guys, though. There he goes, doxing my name. Rules for thee, but not for me. Oh, whatever, Tracy. I haven't had your name in my mouth. Y'all keep my name in your mouth. That you keep going. Fucking piece of shit. Can't go fuck your wife though, can you? Oh no. What's Iceman say right there? Oh, really, Iceman? You gonna report me for elder abuse? What kind of elder abuse is that? My grandpa's not home. If I ever get into an argument or something, I make sure of that. Always the same shit. Here's something nice. The boy who cried. Oh, Haytop Police Department mods. Oh, okay. Army co-signing my death certificate. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. I don't ever want any of these people in my chat. Wow, wow, wow. You really are a wacky. Mm, I'm trying to be better than y'all. Oh, there. I got docs. Oh, yeah. Huh, that's weird. I reported his picture because he is literally using one of my personal photos as his profile picture. And that's not right. I guess they still aren't going to do anything about it. Wait, I take that back. Well, yeah, that's really nice. You know, anti-Semitic shit. I'm just so tired of you fucking fucks. You guys won't leave me alone at all. I'm tired of people telling me that I'll ignore. How can you ignore? People are not gonna like me, but I seriously am wondering if Army Vet and Mike aren't filthy in them. I'm sorry to say it. Really coincidental this morning. What? Holy shit. I gotta take my medicine. Fucking.
You did absolutely nothing wrong at the time. So, Dan, um, let me ask you something, just straight up. Did you or did you not molest your daughter?
100% did not.
Were you sexually inappropriate with her in any way?
Never.
Did you touch her in any suggestive, provocative, or sexual fashion?
No.
Then how did you wind up getting to be such a focus of all of this at the time where she insists that you did, and your daughter has been brought up over the last 16 years believing that you are a monster that has preyed upon her and violated her at such a young and tender age?
Her mother didn't bother bringing it up until after I took her to court.
That's not true, Dan. You told the officer that you were going to go for joint custody after you were questioned about this. I gave them all the paperwork.
Okay.
You did?
Yes.
We have all the paperwork. We have a timeline, actually, of how this went down according to court records, police reports, and that sort of thing. And I want to take a look at that, and I want to step back and do that. And by the way, as we do this, I want to make one thing really clear. Whatever turns out to be the case or not the case, one thing we know for absolute sure is you did absolutely nothing wrong. We're real.
It's important that she knows that. I do like Dr. Phil. I don't like some of the stuff he's done, but there's ups and downs to him.
Real clear on that,
Poor girl.
okay? You did absolutely nothing wrong at the time. You did absolutely nothing wrong with what you have believed or not believed since then. You've done absolutely nothing wrong in how you've reacted or not reacted. You've done absolutely nothing wrong. Are we clear on that?
Yeah.
100. Look me in the eye and tell me we're clear on
We're
that.
clear.
Okay. We're talking about essentially 16 years ago. And the first thing that we want to talk about is in January, Dan starts visitations with Alexis and her brother
Mhm.
at this point. Okay. Then February, we're talking the first week, Alexis is reported to have said, Daddy, that's referring to you here, gives me owies in my shoo-shoo. And this was how you say she referred to her private parts
Correct.
at that point. Now here we're talking about the first week
I just,
of February.
I don't know. Am I the only one that finds that a little
Okay.
weird? Maybe that's, I don't know. I wasn't a girl growing up either, but sorry, ladies, you know.
Now, then we go into a period where you leave the children with Dan, Alexis, and her brother from the first week of February for a 4-month period. She reports to you the 1st of February that her father is molesting her. And you continue to deliver her
What's
into
up with
his
that?
hands for 4 months. Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah, I didn't want to believe it. I didn't want to believe he would do
Thoughts below? What do you guys think?
such a thing to his daughter.
And as a mother, believing that this man is molesting your infant daughter, you consciously and knowingly continue to deliver her into his hands for 4 months. I'm sorry. You are the first mother, first in 45 years, that has ever said, my daughter is being molested by a man, and I'm going to deliver her into his hands for 4 more months, knowing what he is doing to her. In 45 years, this is a first for me. You're not a big fan of Brent's.
Nah, no, not really.
I mean, just to be honest,
To be honest, no.
you're not a big fan of his, but not being a big fan of his doesn't mean you think he's molested your sister.
I do not think he has at all. I do not think so.
Why not?
There have been so many inconsistencies in all of her stories, and she made those false allegations against me a few years back. And I lived with him for like, I don't know, 10 years of my life. He's always been like really respectful, like knocking on doors, everything. I don't think he did it. Her story doesn't match up. She lied about me slamming her up against a wall and choking her. It doesn't. And she always wanted to go be at her dad's house all the time. She hated it when she lived with my mom and I. She hated it. So in my head, why would she want to go live with her dad if all of this was happening throughout the years?
Well, are you uncomfortable being around her?
Yes, sir.
And what's your fear?
My fear is, I called this 2 years ago. I said to my wife that, after the allegations or the lies that Kendall had told some years ago, that we have to prepare ourselves for what's next. It could be a hurricane that comes down next against me, and I can't afford to have that happen again. I can't afford to have him come to my job again. I can't afford to be investigated again. I can't afford to have people going to my human resources department again based off of lies that she's told someone, and they've gone to go and investigate it to try to get me in trouble. So My fear was 2 years ago that she would say something like this about me. So 2 years ago, I began the distancing process between me and Kendall.
Just self-preservation.
Absolutely.
And, that's what I was saying earlier. She's weaponized this to the point where she thinks she's getting power, but in fact, it's isolation and paralysis. I mean, she's actually putting herself over here. Now, did you tell her it was okay to smoke marijuana?
No, absolutely not. The conversation I had with Kendall when I did find out that there was some of that going on was, I don't like it. You shouldn't be touching any kind of drugs. You shouldn't be involved in any kind of drugs.
My mom literally didn't raise me. She just paid bills and put food in my mouth. My mom didn't teach me how difficult life was going to be. She didn't tell me about bills, the mortgage, or having to pay taxes.
Well, sounds like your mom's the real piece of shit here, I mean, I remember when I was 10 years old, my parents sat me down. We didn't talk about the birds and the bees. We talked about mortgage and taxes, Just kidding. It was impossible for me not to know about money issues because my parents were always fighting. Too real.
The main thing my mother and I fight about is money. Whenever I don't have money, I'm a piece of
So this 22-year-old Sons of Anarchy reject is blaming his mom that he's a loser because she didn't teach him about bills and taxes, and she just fed him, and she didn't teach him about how to be a fucking human being, apparently.
Anytime I'm making money, that's when she loves me the most. I'd say I'm a little resentful that she didn't set me up for life. I could have been in a way better position now if I knew exactly what to do.
So he's mad that his mom didn't set him up for life. Like, what was you supposed to do? Have like millions of dollars in savings so you could just do nothing for the rest of your life? And also, he said he would be better off if he knew what to do. I think that's like everyone would probably be better off if they knew what to do. It's not how fucking life works. You're not born knowing what to do. You learn it yourself. Like, all right, this guy's already pissing me the fuck off.
I've always hated the educational system.
Michael, first of all, you didn't want to go to school.
Yeah,
So little.
I always told you that school was never my thing. My mom never really taught me anything.
You're probably a fucking idiot. Honestly, though, like, if school is not your thing, then working better be your thing. Because if you don't get an education, you're going to have to work hard for the rest of your life to get anywhere. And if you don't have an education and you don't work hard, then you're going to be a fucking loser. That's just how it is, man.
My mom plays the cancer card a lot. Anytime she meets somebody new, she mentions her cancer.
My mom plays the cancer card a lot? What the fuck are you talking about? It's like the ultimate card. Like it's not even a fucking card. Like, it's probably all she thinks about is the fact that she has cancer. So if she meets someone, of course it's gonna come up in a conversation. This guy's a fucking ignorant piece of shit.
I don't have the mental capacity to be the sweetheart that she watches on the Hallmark Channel.
You don't have the mental capacity for anything, it sounds like.
Every year she thinks that she's gonna die, but I don't think she's gonna die anytime soon.
Alright, now this is a guy who's just straight up in denial about his mom's sickness. Like, he stopped maturing.
Dude, my mom was gone like
at the age
that.
of 14 or 15.
I mean, come on, dude.
And now he's just like in a fairy tale land where he's in denial of his mom's own
Now I'm
inevitable
starting to
death.
get mad at
She's
this.
just gonna be a
Dude.
pain in my ass till the day I die.
What?
So let's just
He did
recap.
not
This
just say that shit.
22-year-old living at home with his mom who has cancer, doesn't work, doesn't provide, doesn't help her at all. And he just said that she's going
I
to
was
be a
working my
pain
ass
in the
off at
ass until the
22.
day he dies.
Uh-huh. And what's your education?
GED.
When did you drop out of high school?
Probably about 9th grade.
Why'd you drop out?
Don't like school.
Well, at least you wasn't getting
Government
fucking
institution.
bullied like me.
Education's probably the best government institution there is. I don't know why he's saying it like it's a bad thing. Like, when your mom dies and you get fucking checks, like welfare. I don't know what kind of checks you get if your mom dies, but he's going to get some type of reimbursement. Is that a government institution? Oh, don't give it to him because he doesn't believe in government institutions.
It sounds like you don't believe that she's really very sick. You said you think she'll.
Like, I know she's sick, but I know she's gonna live past through it and work through it and all. I don't think she's gonna die.
Yep, that's straight up denial right there. Just in denial, like he doesn't
Yeah,
understand what cancer is. This
seriously.
fucking giant man child.
That it sucked when she was diagnosed because you had to cancel your life and take care of her.
Oh
And you
my
state that,
God.
quote, I'm not a blanking nurse.
Dude, if my mom had cancer, I would gladly cancel my life to spend time with her and take care of her.
Thank you.
That woman raised me, birthed me, she fed me, you know, she did everything so I could be alive, and I'm grateful for that. Why would I not give back when she needed me? Like this isn't even like, usually these videos are funny, but I think I'm actually just getting annoyed. Like I'm actually kind of pissed off at
Yeah.
this guy.
Yeah.
I don't have much empathy for people.
Oh, that
it's
reminds
hard
me
for
of
me to
MC
show
Llama
much
Hog
emotion
right
or-
there and how he treats his mom.
Like,
Here's
be
your cousin,
sympathetic
MC.
towards certain things at certain times.
Looks like we got a sociopath.
But you say that's not your responsibility, that's hers because she didn't teach you that?
She really didn't teach me much about manners. She was just came to the house, fed me, and that's it.
What kind of fucking excuse is that? Like your mom didn't, she just fed you and that's it. She didn't teach you
fed you and
anything.
that's it.
I fucking highly doubt
Got
that.
it.
I think he's just holding some shit over her head so that he can get away with doing nothing.
2 years ago, I bought him a car. He calls it an old lady car. He calls it birth control because he can't pick up women in it. He's not thankful at all for that car.
That car is better than the car that I saved for years.
Better than the car I got.
He's
at
bitching about
16.
it. He's calling it birth control. You know what's
I
birth
made that shit
control?
work.
That fucking goatee. Oh, actually, you know what's more birth control? Being a piece of shit asshole to your mom who has cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best
That'll
birth
get
control. No one wants to fuck an asshole. Except for people who are into anal.
Well, Vera says her 21-year-old son lives with
Dude,
her,
this dude
doesn't
is
work,
funny.
sits at home all day, watches TV, and feels she should take care of him since he did not ask to be born.
There should be like some laws regarding abortion where you can abort someone when they're 22 years old because they're a total piece of shit who's ungrateful for their life.
When I speak to Michael about responsibilities, and it gets violent. And when it gets violent, he's had the tendency to hurt me.
Not only is he a loser asshole who just smokes weed and sits on the couch all day, he also gets violent with his mom who has cancer.
No.
It's just getting worse and worse, I swear.
I fall back onto the couch and she lunges at me while I'm falling, and while I'm there on the couch, I just kick her right off.
Oh shit. Look at those karate moves, dude.
I get her right across the room. It was mainly just to get her off me. Apparently I broke her rib and she called the cops on me, and she lied to the cops, told them that I beat her.
Apparently I broke her rib. Cops got
What do you
called.
call
She lied
breaking
to
a
him and said that I
rib?
kicked her, but it's whatever. I mean, I just admitted to that, but
And I told her, officer, I didn't beat her, but I kicked the out of her.
yeah, I wonder how that went over.
Yeah,
Say,
exactly.
Officer, I didn't beat my mom. I just kicked the shit out of her. I just beat the fuck out of her.
Wow.
I didn't beat her. I just kicked the fuck out of her.
Did anybody ever tell you that you're not supposed to hit a woman?
I don't like taking abuse, especially from women.
Well,
Especially from women.
no one does. But
That's
that
a little
doesn't mean you hit
misogynistic,
'em.
my friend.
Or anybody.
Oh, and he doubles back. Or anybody.
Like anybody. And especially a woman that thinks that she can hit me, but I can't hit her because of some gender stereotype.
Well, I wrote down some of the things you said.
Look at Dr. Phil just burying his face in his fucking hand. Like, what a lost cause piece of shit.
And I want to get this in context. You said she's very dramatic about the cancer. You said she just wanted to bitch about how much pain she's in.
Did you see the one in the back that said, I call her fucking retarded? That's a really good one.
What am I, a fucking retard, man? Am I a fucking retard? Oh!
I was just sitting here smoking a cigarette and died. That'd be awesome.
And he's just laughing about this shit.
I'm an online troll. If
Oh
women
my God! No
want equal
wonder I hate
rights,
him.
then they're going to get hard lefts.
Oh, that's nice. He's saying that if women want
Look at that
equality in
face.
this world, they're gonna get fucking punched in the face. That seems fair. And he's just laughing it off. What a fucking scummy piece of shit. Am I the only one feeling this way? Am I the only one getting a little triggered by this fucking mustachio goatee looking motherfucker straight out of? I'm gonna find out what he's in right now. Like literally, you just look up villain.
Yeah,
Charming.
Yeah.
exactly what he looks
Thank
like.
you. I try.
So Dr. Phil
Yeah,
sarcastically
I try.
says charming, and he says, "Thank you, I try." Dude, I hope Dr. Phil has like a team of people that just beat the shit out of people in the back alley behind the studio, because that's the only thing that's gonna fix this guy.
I'm always nervous. I'm scared that he might hurt me one day, and I'm trying to survive. He doesn't want to live, but I do. And I don't know what to do anymore.
I'll tell you what you should do. Just kick that motherfucker out.
Mm-hmm.
Just get rid of him. Let him live on the fucking streets. Let him have to earn something to have a place to live, to have food to eat. Like, fuck that guy, you know? Like, he doesn't give a shit about how he's young and he has the rest of his life. So just kick his fucking ass out. Let him fucking starve on the streets for a while, you know? If he wants to die, let him fight for his survival if he's really fucking saying that shit, because I really doubt that he wants to die. I think he's just acting like a tough piece of shit.
And she has to sleep with her door locked at night.
Oh, what a badass shot of this guy smoking a cigarette. Really cool B-roll. He's like, yeah, my mom has cancer. Fuck it. I wish I had it.
You would think her illness would be her biggest worry, but instead Vera says she's been spending her precious time worrying about her son.
Okay, first of all, what the fuck is this footage in the background of him just rolling on the floor? Like, what is that supposed to be?
Cancer loves stress, and that's what I have. Is stress all the time.
His mom's straight up dying of cancer, and he's just like helping her along. He's literally just making it worse. Look at him just sitting on his phone like, what do you want, fucking retard? Why don't you go tell someone you have cancer, someone who gives a shit?
Okay.
He's just constantly telling me that he didn't ask to be born, that I should have had an abortion, that I shouldn't have had him if I wasn't going to take care of him.
Dude, he's just working her over to get what he wants, you know? He just like creates conflict to deflect from the fact that he's a loser. And he just blames his mom for him being a loser. And at some point, you know, you're 22 years old, you're living at home, you don't work, you smoke weed, you play video games. Yeah, it sounds like a great fucking time, dude, except for the
You
fact that
gotta
your
be
mom has
working
fucking
toward.
cancer.
Yeah, you should
and
be
you're
in school
not
or something,
helping her
dude,
pay
and
the
helping
bills.
her, working a
Like, I
part-time
wouldn't care if
job,
this guy, let's say this guy worked, you know, full-time, part-time, whatever. He
full time.
contributed to the bills. He stayed at home. He smoked weed, you know, him and his mom were rolling up together. I think I'm just so extra triggered because I knew a really close friend who his mom had cancer and they were super close and they had such a good relationship and he would do anything for his mom. He would do anything for another second with his mom. And this guy is literally just throwing it away and honestly just making her life worse. Like, she's gonna die knowing that her son's a loser piece of shit. I can't imagine how devastating that is for a mom. To know that you're gonna die and your kid just wants to die too. You know, like, imagine the solace a mom would find if she was dying and she knew that her son was gonna carry on with the love that she gave him and he was gonna live a full life and he was gonna live out maybe some of her dreams, you know?
Yep.
But no, this guy is just gonna waste it away.
Why do you have such a chip on your shoulder?
I don't know.
It's
I
not
just hate
funny,
life.
dude.
Oh, I just hate life.
You need.
Dude, you don't even fucking know. You don't even know. You don't even
You don't even know why you're mad.
you don't even know what it's like to have a hard life. You live with mommy and you
Yeah,
don't work
you have
and
no
you don't
id-
pay any fucking
You
bills,
have
all right?
no idea what it's like to have a hard life, like some people I've known, and this guy that's talking on. This dude is fucking crazy.
You know what? Try living on your own. Try going to college. Try working full time. Try paying some fucking bills. Try to get some responsibility. Try to take care of yourself for
Yeah.
once, you know? You fucking hate life. You fucking hate life. You don't even know what life
Do
is,
a full
dude. You're not even
do
living.
a full semester while doing caregiving for a paraplegic, and then come back and talk to me.
You want help with your depression?
Oh yeah, like really, my depression roots around not having any money.
Oh, your depression roots around
Wow.
not having any money? Get a fucking
Job.
job. You want to talk about depression? All right, I was playing VR chat the other day. Me and this guy had at least a 5-minute conversation about depression. You don't even know depression, dude.
And then as soon as I think about that, as soon as I realize that everyone in here could have depression, it
So you
makes me
ever
feel
shut
worse
up?
because it's like, I'm just another person. It doesn't matter. So it's like, at that point, who cares?
What the hell
Everyone
is
else
that?
has it, so what's the point? of thinking about it?
Like, you don't even know depression. There are people actually hurting out there. And you might think, well, yeah, you're being insensitive. You know, everyone deals with their own depression. Everyone can only handle what they can handle. You can't judge what someone else's depression is like. Honestly, this looks like the type of person that uses depression as a get out of jail free card to get away with being a fucking loser.
I'm an honest guy, and I kind of am. You know, I'm pretty brutally honest, and that's what people don't like about me because I say what's on my mind.
Yeah, well, you're not hard to read.
No.
I think what you are is scared.
Dr. Phil is trying to say here is that you're a pussy.
I get rejected a lot, plenty of times.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Fucking wreck, dude.
I just want to work. I take pride in whatever work I do. And anything I can, I try to do it 110%.
Oh yeah, you're a real
Yeah.
hard worker. Sitting on your fucking couch ripping bowls all day playing video games. Yeah, I bet you take pride in the hard work you're doing to that fucking bowl.
You've been very respectful with me today.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know you. And, you know, you're supposed to be like a doctor type of person, you know, so.
You know, you're supposed to be like a doctor type of person, so I gotta respect you, you know, because you're like a doctor type of person. I don't believe in government institutions like education, but I respect you because you're a doctor.
Well, I mainly have always just wanted to be happy.
Oh, you've mainly just wanted to be happy?
Welcome to
Welcome
life.
to living, where everyone's just trying to be happy. Yeah, you're not the first person who's been mainly trying to be happy.
Dude,
And
it's a joke.
I don't think I've ever really been happy for a long
think this
period of
dude is
time
just
or
a troll.
longer than a couple days.
This is going to take a more serious turn. As a person who depression runs in my family, anxiety runs in my family, which I'm sure a lot of people can relate to these feelings. You know, it's hard on a day-to-day basis. Depression isn't something that just goes away.
It's exactly what I feel like every day. And I try to have a YouTube channel as a creative outlet because there's always been business ideas and stuff that I've had that I could do and do it as a hobby. I know it's not going to be my main job. That's why I'm enrolled in school to do phlebotomy. So once I get out of that, I can go and get a job held down the street if I need to, or at another hospital setting place. You know, all next month, I'm going to be so enamored in my studies, I'm not going to have any time to stream. And even from Christmas Day, here before Christmas and after Christmas, the whole holiday season, these people, they haven't let up any. They can't even take me saying as a sign of good faith for Christmas, like, I'll forgive and forget the whole year. Like, can we just start? You know, they don't care. It's just like Fusion said in that audio I played. Ja was doing it as a troll for him. And I don't know what the deal is with them calling Army vet. I don't know what the deal is with that photo, but it's like they're trying to say that they've got my mods are working for the police, which is fine. I mean, if you guys are, I mean, because I'm not doing anything wrong. So, I mean, but it's nice to know that if I have had people that are working for the police as my mods, that they've sat here and watched me get harassed and everything else, and they don't do anything about that. So That really shows the credibility of that. I don't know what to think anymore. And this is what
It stays with you your whole life, and it's a constant.
and this is what they've done the whole time, is keep me from wondering and knowing on who's who to trust. So I'm constantly paranoid.
Battle every day to stay positive. I don't hate this person. I mean, what you guys have to understand is I put
I
up
strongly dislike him, although I don't hate him either.
a persona, a facade. I use a little bit of satirical humor. You know, I'm actually like a kind, sensitive, caring person, but I like to be vulgar and obscene and a little outrageous on this platform because it's fun for me. But legitimately, if you're hurting, reach out to someone, you know?
Yeah. So they can tell you what? That it'll be all right. That's all they do is tell you, oh, it'll be all right. Not to worry about it. Here, take these pills. Oh, they're calling you a drug addict for taking the pills that we
There's friends,
prescribed
there's
you.
family that really care about.
Yeah, they call me a drug addict for taking the pills and stuff I'm prescribed to. Oh, and I fell asleep on a stream. I know I committed the most cardinal sin of a streamer. What am I looking for?
Back in your house.
They ain't gonna know what hit 'em when they get beat with the venom.
3 times, you say? 3 is the ways of the mystics.
Happy holidays, little buddy.
Happy holidays. Take a broom and shove it up your ass.
Come on, Square. Where are you, baby boo? Come here, boo boo. Come here. Come here, boo boo. I got your cranberries. I got your cranberries, boo boo.
My stepmom and I fighting, and she said she wanted to take my cane and shove it up my ass.
Still the animal calls upon you. You stuck a cane inside your dog. So take another tug, stick a straw up your nose. One more snort fool might drown you.
Oh no, Gangnam Style. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh no, Gangnam Style. Ooh.
Hey world, Leroy here. We're gonna monetize locals on YouTube in 2022. All right now.
We might do something a little bit different here today.
No boy.
Anybody want to
Which, wherever he got the number, is interesting.
talk to his stepmom?
No boy.
Oh, JM's on this one, but I can't hold nothing against JM though.
see if we can get.
Hello.
Hey, this is concerning Coy Wilson. Ian Wilson has been abusing Coy, and I'm reaching out to you to try to get Coy some help.
And who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with John Roberts.
Okay.
He's strung out on them pills terribly bad. He was abusing Coy. Coy took him out to get something for his computer, and even the people at the gas pumps was saying something to Ian.
No, they weren't.
I mean, it's just uncalled for the way he's treating his grandfather.
We were 40 feet across from one another. We had
Hey,
to
let me
yell.
ask you this. Now, I know you called and left me a message, and I tried to avoid him as much as I possibly can. Trust me.
Trust me. She's got some reasons that she don't want to tell you.
Don't blame you.
You understand, and I regardless if you're, and I don't mean this bad. Not that I'm saying that you're lying or nothing like that. I'm talking about with your real name. I know he's in deep doo-doo. He's been that way for a very long time, and I've had personal run-ins with him. And you know what? I've tried to.
That's just her admitting that she obviously didn't believe my recovery worked either.
Fix stupid, and I can't fix stupid, and I can't get the people that. The people, here's the deal. The authorities say that they can't do nothing because every time they've ever reached out to him or anybody else, he says, oh, there's nothing going on.
Because there isn't.
So we've tried.
Yeah.
We have tried everything we possibly can, and it never fails. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and,
yes,
I don't
ma'am.
want to see him again.
I don't blame you.
I don't want to see you
can't
again
stand
either.
him. And I hate to say that, but we've had serious run-ins. When I say serious, I'm talking law enforcement shows
Yeah,
up.
because you,
Absolutely.
I can't handle the drugs.
because you were like a crazy woman pointed a gun at me, all because you wanted me to do something right when you wanted me to do it without me being able to get my stuff, my phone, nothing. You just wanted me to leave out the house because you were so mad that you pulled out a gun. Not because I lunged at you or nothing else like that. You pulled it out and you pointed it at me. Let's be honest.
But anyway.
Yeah.
And then I went next door and I called the police. And then you got mad that I called the police before you. Come on, people, put two and two together.
Around right now, but anyway, okay, so give me your name one more time, and is it okay that I tell my husband?
Absolutely.
Of course, that's his dad.
What do you mean, is it okay to you? You wouldn't ask permission for that.
And that's his dad, that you're talking about, and of course that's his son that you're talking about. So I get it, and I know everybody tries to protect, and I'm like, no, I've seen it with my own two eyes. I know what I've
No, but ain't nobody tried to protect. Every single one from these people online to I don't know what she's talking about. Everyone tries to protect. Who is everyone? Because I got like one advocate or two in my corner, whereas you and Dad always have had y'all, and then all these people have them. I guess I should count Brownie too as my third.
My name is John Robert. Did my number show up on your caller ID? If not, I can give it to you.
Yeah, it shows up, and it says
That means he's working with some shit. He's working with some software.
that you're in Missouri, but it doesn't. You said, but it doesn't show up your name or whatever. So you got to understand that with as much trouble as
Or it may have just been text now, if that's the case.
I have received from that SOB.
You ain't received shit from me.
I'm very guarded.
Oh, I don't blame you. He's a real degenerate.
Yeah, gotta say that on video.
I mean,
So when did he do this to Coy? When did this happen at the gas pump?
At the gas pumps, it happened a couple of days ago.
You know what's funny though, Phil, is that they called him and asked him about the gas pumps, and he completely, I wasn't even around. He told me about it later. He said he made them completely feel stupid because you really had them going. I'll give you that. You really did.
I don't know if you're aware. He runs a YouTube channel.
Yes or no? Yeah, I've got it. I've got copies of the videos that's come through.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
he acts
Oh,
like
yeah.
a complete idiot. He just finished up on YouTube. He's passed out. I mean, I just
The
feel
fuck is
sorry
wrong with people passing out? Good Lord Almighty, God. Don't worry, you won't ever see it again.
for Mr.
Golly.
Wilson. He said he was in a
All
financial hardship.
automatically means you're a drug user.
And I don't know if you're aware, they went to Kentucky a few weeks ago to sell off some antiques.
At his plans, like again, like you shouldn't even have your nose in any of this. Just because I make a video saying we're going to Kentucky and people ask me, yeah, see, that's how they slowly get information on me like that, guys. I don't just automatically post say we're gonna go do this. Sometimes I might, other times though I'll just leave it short and sweet. And then people will ask, and those people come off as friendly or whatever towards me, and I don't think I got any issues with them. And then I go and I see that they're in the other chats, you know, telling when I'm live and shit like that.
But Ian, I mean, he is smoking up to 6 ounces of marijuana.
Lie. This video was made a month ago. The limit was just raised from 4 ounces to 6 this month. And I don't even need that much. I haven't even gotten all through my 4, and it's almost the end of the month. I'm going to have a few grams left over from my 4 ounces. Well, I won't. It just resets. You don't ever have any that carry over. But basically, if it would hold over, technically, the way it's going, I'm probably going to have at least about somewhere around about 10 grams or less of 4 ounces I didn't use this past of the 4 ounce limit. Well, actually, now it's well, since this month, okay, I take that back. It'd be actually, you'd have to. So I would have probably had then about 20 grams actually, or 20 something grams I could have gotten if I bought it between now and the new year, but I don't have to buy any. So, you know, I'm not going to use that extra allotment. But yeah, they did make the medical patients 6 ounce allotment starting this month. Just started this month. So when he made this video, when they did this panel, which was a month ago, and he called them, it was the beginning of November, and it hadn't even been voted yet. So he just lie.
On a month. I mean,
Oh yeah.
just,
Oh yeah.
I
That
mean,
doesn't shock me at
just
all.
he needs really locked up and put in the rubber room, you know, Ian.
Wow. And wonder what my glorious stepmom said back.
Totally. What?
That's what I'm saying. These people have done nothing but just show the fucked upness of my stepmom, and they have just, you know, I'm so humiliated now that I'm just about numb to it. I still put my head down and I shake my head, but it's just getting more and more expected as time goes on.
Well, how do you?
And yeah, I'm not looking at the chat right now because if I change, then y'all will see the virtual webcam will change with it. But I have it going like this so it's not laggy looking. But here's the thing. You guys may be wondering, well, why is he doing this and why is he going through this? Because I'm pointing out and showing how predatory this guy is. The main number one guy, the one that called me a while ago and got me upset.
How do you know him? I'm just asking because again, credibility does
He don't know me except from meeting on YouTube.
work. But I know what you're telling me is true because I've got my own copies.
Well, to be honest with
and I'm
you,
not laughing because it's not funny.
no,
But, you know,
I met him on YouTube, and he gave me his number.
Yeah. That's why you won't come down here again, Terry, because you know I'll fucking tear your ass up for saying all this shit.
And that's how, you know,
I would fucking literally like have a field day and be like, so you got copies? You got copies of what? Is it a video of me with the police, or is it a video of me that I had uploaded that they made or something? Like, because I mean, I seriously wonder. I bet she's probably watched some of their stuff and downloaded and thinks it's funny.
I originally run into Ian, and but
like, because she has never liked me from the beginning, y'all. She's never not only not liked me, but not liked my brother, nor liked my grandmother. Rest in peace. And she, you know, she didn't want to have nothing to do with us, period. So she's just playing face is what she's done.
I have spoke to Mr. Wilson a couple of different times, and you know, I can understand you about my credibility, but I definitely have video evidence. And when I'm saying abuse, I do not have any documentation of physical abuse, but the mental abuse is unbelievable. And
the mental abuse is unbelievable. Do you know, here, I'll tell you, Filthy, real quick. Here, do you know what a day in the life is that me helping my granddad's like? Okay. So I wake up in the morning before him usually, right? He takes his showers up in the evening. I take mine in the mornings. After I've got his plate and stuff fixed out and he makes his breakfast, I then go and take my shower. After I get done with that, I take his blood pressure because he's taking his blood pressure medicine and all that. Then I go and eat my vitamins and eat my breakfast. Then I take the rest of my morning meds that I don't take when I first wake up. The only things I take when I first wake up is Tylenol and my depression pill, so it gets going in my system. And then we go on out through to lunch, and he'll either go out and eat lunch with people he knows and likes to eat lunch with, or we'll eat lunch together at home or out somewhere. The rest of the day, usually we spend either doing something we need to do around the house or out the house, or we relax. And then in the evenings, we get together, or sometimes watch movies on Netflix together, shows, what have you. Our neighbor will come over and visit, or I'll go visit another neighbor. And yeah, we just hang out and we go to bed. Other than the times you call and other people have called and disturbed us and gotten crap stirred up, that would have been the only time that he may have gotten a little bit nervous or upset, and it was because of y'all's calls. You can't turn it around and say, no, it's because of you, buddy, and you exist. You can't do that. No one forced you to call my house.
We have proof of it, and if he'll treat Coy that way on camera, I can only.
There's nothing I've treated my grandpa anyway on camera.
Imagine what's going on behind the scenes.
God.
But if you could have your husband to call me back, I would really appreciate it. And I thank you for your time.
I mean, now he may not be as warm and understanding, but I personally have had firsthand experience, so I get it. You're not going to have to, convince me any other way. Trust me.
Oh,
I know, because she hates
and I can
me.
understand. I know that's his son, and people don't like to hear bad things about their children. And honestly, I get no pleasure in having to say this, but I am concerned. You know, Coy is, I think, almost 90 years old, and I'm concerned for him.
Oh yeah, no, there's no doubt. Well, I've got your number, and I'll have to call you, and definitely. So you said that was a couple days ago when that happened, huh?
Yes, it was.
Was it at a gas station or where was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
You're there.
Yeah.
Got my wife's number.
Yeah. Good thing my dad is.
Yeah.
My.
Talking to you.
You guys didn't hear anything?
You're there.
That's weird.
This is John.
John. Okay. Well, this is Keith.
Yeah. Did your wife fill you in on the issue?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Keep in mind, my brilliant dad was already warned about this dude.
Wife's number.
I got it from a friend of a friend.
Ain't nobody you're friends with that's friends with is friends with my people, filthy.
But why are you trying to get my wife's number?
I think you should be more concerned with your father than your wife.
Oh, wow.
I have been concerned with my father. I've been concerned for my father a long time, but my father is telling me that he's 80-something years old and he can take care of himself. So, all I can do is what I can do. I've called the authorities in the past about different things. There's been other things I've tried. No authorities aren't going to do anything.
Really?
Not at all, obviously.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, I mean, I was just concerned for your father. I don't know if you're aware, but I mean, Ian is back on drugs pretty serious. And a few weeks ago, they had to go sell some items.
Because we don't have room for them, and my grandfather wanted to get rid of them. We didn't have no place to put them. We're already crowded as we speak. Stop acting like you know why we did this or that. Oh my God.
A financial hardship. And an incident happened at a gas pump a few days ago. And I don't know if it was another.
Here's the incident. I put the card in. It didn't take it. I put it in a second time. It didn't take it. As I'm going to the attendant to try to get it to run, my granddad's trying to get my attention. And I said, I got it. And he whistles again. I said, I got it. And he said, hey, come here, put that, and he starts to yell. And I said, I've got it. I'm right next. He's like, no, come here. So I finally go over there and he says, just put it in and then take it. I put it in again, took it out, didn't work. And then he told me to do it again like that. I did it again and it finally worked. And he said, that's all you had to do. I said, well, I was like, that guy was just about done. I was like, I could have done it that way too. I said, I just didn't want to mess with it. I didn't know if it was out of order or what it was. He said, no, it's always like that. That's just how it always is. And I said, oh, okay. And that was when I had done got back in the car at that point. But that's all that little thing was a month ago. It was no incident. It was no abuse. I happened to be broadcasting on my mobile phone. And because of the yelling from being 40 feet apart from one another, you guys took it to be something completely different.
Customer or someone that actually worked at the gas station had to get on to him for the waiting?
No, that's not true at all. He said, hey, man, he said, what are you doing? Because I came back up there and then I was walking back because my granddad was hollering at me. A dude said what I was doing when I got out of the line and was letting him take my spot. That's all that had to do with the other customer. So keep lying, dude.
was speaking to Mr. Wilson. But, you know, I was just reaching out. You know, it's no disrespect toward your wife, but
Well, I appreciate it. After talking to you just a few minutes here, you seem like a different person.
Oh my God, Dad. You're just like me.
Some of the other people that have been harassing us
Oh, that's the same people, Dad.
and you know, trying to harass me. I haven't responded to anybody else. I've had other people harass me because of some of the activities that he's done on YouTube and different things. So I had assumed that this was a part of that.
You mean because I was associated with the wrong people on
No,
YouTube?
sir.
Yeah.
After speaking with you, I can tell that you really have a concern, and I appreciate
Wow.
that.
Absolutely. And I apologize for anyone that, you know, has reached out to your father. I mean, I know you.
Oh, I do, and I've told him that he's enabling a lot of activities that he shouldn't. I mean, this started probably 20 years ago. My mom and dad, when she was alive, they let my son come back to the home away from me because I was, I guess, too stern on him or something. I don't know. I was to my best.
Actually, no, your wife pointed a gun at me, and so I went to my friend's house and stayed there for 2 weeks, gave a 2 weeks notice, worked the rest of the 2 weeks, lived on the couch, got my paycheck, and then I went back home. That's what happened. That's why I had to come back home, because your new wife is a royal pain in the ass.
Time. It probably wasn't that long ago, probably about 15 years ago, I guess.
Yes, sir.
They let him come back for a while, and then I thought at a different point, because they did start trying to put some pressure on him, and he wanted to come back to me. Okay, so I let that happen. And then after about a year, he went back over there, and they
I don't know what he's talking. Okay, he's talking about when I went over there in the 8th grade. That was when he got with girlfriend number 1, and yeah, I learned a lot about responsibility and doing hard work by her. She taught me a lot about that. My dad was a drunk then, still. It wasn't until he got with this new wife, after a little bit of a while, did they stop drinking. But I left there to go back home because of the thing with school, and because, you know, I just did, you know. And then after I was there a little bit, I think maybe, no, I was with Dad till the end of school. And then after I got suspended, I stayed and I got my first job while I was studying to get my diploma. I got my first job here and everything. And then that's when he met this new wife. And when she tried diagnosing me and saying that I had something that day in the living room, and I snapped back at her, ever since then, that was the deciding factor of why I went back home. But I did one summer go to live with this stepmom and my dad in 2013 because of the lack of work around here. That was the reason. The reasoning why I left was because of the story I told you about the gun and staying at my friend's couch, getting enough money. I worked at a car wash called Sudsy's, and I had a awesome letter written by my boss about me and featured from a customer that had emailed him. And I got to go on a company Christmas dinner with everybody. And I was the top associate of that freaking quarter. So, like, you know, I worked my ass off at a little job and outperformed everybody else. I still had to deal with bullshit. Like, I don't know. My life has been plagued with some type of bullshit, it seems, every freaking year.
A lot of this, and I kept telling them, your neighbor enabling. That's all you're doing. You're not helping him at all. You think you're helping people. And it was the same for another situation too. And it was my mom
He's
and
talking
dad
about my brother now.
have always think that they're helping people when I believe that they're more enabling, which there's a lot of people that do that. And since going through stuff
Yeah,
like
Dad,
that,
you were never enabled or helped by Grandma or Grandpa either. That's why you know, were at home and living in the bedroom at their house with me when I was growing up and going to elementary school and all that. Yeah, you never needed any help. Okay.
and I have learned quite a bit, you know, just basically from different studies I've done on my own and books I've read on the subject and trying to get my head around a lot of these things. And, you know, especially there's a book, and if you ever want to read it, it's called Boundaries, and it's a really good book that talks about.
How did I not know he was going to bring that book up? I've read it. It's not a bad book, but like my dad gets on these kicks with things and he goes all out on them for a little while and then he switches to something else.
Type of things. It's biblically based, but it's it talks about you know, there's consequences that God gives us that
Absolutely.
you know, should be applied, and God gives us those. And when we try to step in and relegate and save people, sometimes God's solutions, which aren't as bad, they're disciplined, but they discipline with somebody, but someone thinks they're going to help somebody else by stepping in and alleviating that consequence. And all that does is delay the consequence and make the consequence even more because they never got to experience the little consequence. So, and that's what you see when people commit suicide and different things, is because they never had a chance to deal with some of the lesser things. And it gets to a point where they don't have anybody that will bail them out, and they don't know what to do. They haven't learned.
Right.
And it's taken a lot of learning on my part, alcohol and everything else on my part, to know that there's certain things that I just don't need to mess with myself. And
you know, you brought up suicide, and that's something that Ian is always threatening online. Suicide.
I have not.
I mean, do you feel there's any chance of that, sir? Or is that just a act?
well, you know, I think he threatened. Well, he tried to do it. He said he admitted to it. That's why I was adamant that you know, my mom and dad sent him off to rehab that time that he went for a year. And I told him then, I said, you are stupid if you let him back in your house without going through rehab.
Right.
You know, he didn't want to go. And
What do you mean?
they finally.
What are you talking about, Dad? That is not how the story went. I tried to kill myself. I was cut up from head to toe. You're talking about the times where I went the first two times. I'm talking about the last time, the one where I went and succeeded. I voluntarily complied to go along with mental health evaluation up in Kansas, all that stuff, because I knew I needed it. I was at that point finally when because addicts aren't ready for help until they're ready for help or they've hit rock bottom, and I had hit rock bottom at that point and I was ready for help.
Finally did put their foot down on that. And that was he come back home probably about 6 months before my mom died. But
Actually, so that makes me wonder about Dad right there, because I came back home 6 months after Grandma died. I flew back home for the funeral. Remember, Dad?
he was gone for a year, and he had to go through rehab for a year. It seemed like it worked some. I think my son actually probably has issues that stem from his mother, you know, generational curses, that type of thing, because his mother.
Oh God, here we go with the biblical stuff, the overzealot biblical stuff that Baptists don't even teach or talk about.
You know, like to smoke a lot of weed and everything. She's dead now from an overdose, but she had gone through a lot of that.
She's not dead from an overdose, Dad. That shows how much. Wow. Dad, did you see her death certificate? Because that's all I did was I got to see it. I didn't get a copy of it, but I saw it. It wasn't because of overdose. If you see this, Dad, should call me sometime. I'll tell you how she died.
When he was pregnant, and she liked that. I told her, I didn't want her doing all that, but nobody would listen to me.
Yeah, you also brought up the idea of an abortion too. Why don't you tell everybody that, Mr. Christian?
Smoked and smoked weed and everything else.
Oh, that's terrible.
And
I believe his
you smoked it with her. You smoked it with her, dude. Come on, Dad.
entire life. I missed a lot of things because there was when he was younger, he'd cry and say nobody wants to be my friend because he was just kind of odd. He just was antisocial. He don't really have any empathy.
I don't have empathy. I do have empathy. I didn't get empathy.
Some people really care about other people.
That's
I
me.
think if he acts like he is,
I don't have empathy, huh, Dad? So why did I go into caretaking? Why did I take care of all my clients, women, men, etc., older and younger, not as old? Like, that is complete horseshit.
empathy, I believe it's an act. I hate to say that, but I don't really think some people just don't. I have another son that's Asperger's. He's stepson that's Asperger's.
I thought he was about to talk about
And he
Logan.
has some, but and I used to say it to my son when I was mad at him, but I believe it was the truth. I've told him before, I said, I really don't think you really give a crap about anything as long as you get what you want. And that's it.
Yeah, Dad said that before. I've said the same thing to him. But of course, what the argument was over, it was just so, it was never anything of a magnitude like that. So that's what didn't make sense about his argument. I said it to him in relationship to, like, okay, for instance, was working. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the times when I called him, I was in active addiction before rehab or whatever. I'd ask him. Here's the thing. Ever since I went into rehab, while I was even out living in sober living out in Massachusetts, it was still so expensive. I had to borrow a little bit of money from my dad and stuff. I paid every cent, every red cent of it back. Every red cent. And to the point that up until this YouTube stuff happened, I could call up my dad and I could get $200 or $100. That's how good our relationship has been since I've been out of rehab. Until these people, Filthy and them, came into my life and made this phone call, me and my dad's relationship was fine. He did my taxes for me. Hell, luckily he even sent me a copy of them here recently I had to have for school. But he didn't talk to me. No, because why? Because he holds resentment on me for y'all doing this shit to him.
Care about what Ian wants. You can sit here and cry and say you're sorry and all this stuff, but that's not really it.
What? Dad? I could sit here and cry and say I'm sorry. That's not it.
That's just manipulation. You've learned from the best about manipulation, and it won't work on me. So that's why we didn't get along very well.
I don't know who he's talking about. I learned from the best about manipulation. If he's talking about himself, that's weird. And number two, I don't know what he's talking about.
And he sure the heck didn't get along with my wife because
Didn't get along with your wife, and you know why.
My wife and I, when he come to live with us for a little bit, we told him that he was not. He had to work and he had to do different
Which
things.
I did.
Or he couldn't stay with us, and different from my mom and dad. When he didn't do those, we kicked him out.
What are you talking about? You didn't kick me out because I didn't work. I had to leave because of your crazy wife.
Yes,
So,
sir.
but my mom and dad would never
Damn,
do that.
Dad, you just joined right along with them with putting bad PR out there. You're either lying or you're drunk right now, Dad.
But we told him, I gave him like 3 chances, and we finally said, you have to go. I don't care where you go. You're
There was no
20-something
3
years old.
chances. There was a police incident, and I definitely had to go then.
You're you're adult now, so you're just to make your way. We say that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, he is
but
an
anyway,
odd little feller, that's for sure. I mean, he's going some strange
Yeah, I
things.
mean, he needs Jesus, man. Everybody that But so are you
have
from
Jesus.
around the Poorsville area? Roberts is left.
I was just, concerned, I mean, I honestly, that would be a good thing if he was committed and he might could get himself straightened out. But I understand your hands is tied and all. But yeah, just
Well, I
if you
appreciate it. Does my
would,
dad know you?
yes, sir.
Different at when I was thinking it was just somebody crank calling, but
Yeah.
thank you
Is
so
that
much.
You're welcome.
Your
and
dad?
thank
Your
you,
dad
brother.
knows him, Dad.
That was Keith.
Yes, that was. Made some
Wow.
good
Listen to that celebratory thing, and they're using the sound effect of me saying "wow."
Bless him.
Filthy, say it one more time. Checkmate.
Yeah, that's what that was, Roland. That
All
might
right.
have been a double checker.
Queen me. Queen me.
That's what I'm talking about, y'all. But yeah, I ain't suffered from nothing, no injustices at all, y'all. Y'all are exactly right. If I stopped responding to them, it would quit. Dude, like, I'm at the point now where I'm about to make backup logos and shit just in case they've copyrighted me. Y'all don't understand shit. I'll be back, y'all.